Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Henry Dark Sky Friendly Indoor-Outdoor Wall Sconce. This is going to be the smaller of the two sizes. There's one larger than this, check it out, as well as lots of other Henry things. This is the 30-27-11. Let's dive in. We have a lot to talk about. So to begin with, let's talk about the size of the fixture itself, and that's going to be the overall height, 10.5 inches from the very bottom of the shade to the top of that arced arm on top. And then the width on this is the diameter of the shade itself, and that's 9.2 inches. Projection, that's going to be the distance from the wall coming out. It's coming out at 10.4. The mounting height, that's going to be the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your junction box. Middle of that back plate, it's going to come in at 3.9. Back plate is 4.9 inches by 5.5, so it's going to go over your standard 4-inch J box. This is what you guys have on your wall. Perfectly easy with no problems at all. I want to show you a little bit more information about all this, and how we're going to do it is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts kit. It's going to show you how it goes onto your junction box. This is one of the parts that's going to come with it. Universal mounting kit. This is very light. It's only 1.4 pounds, so it's easy to put onto one of these. So all good things. Now, later in the video, I'm going to talk about the differences between dark sky friendly and dark sky compliant, so stay tuned for that, especially if you're in a situation like an HOA or a municipality where they're really strict on that. You're going to want to know more about that, so don't go away. And we're going to talk about quickly California residents. So if you're in the sunny state of California and you are pulling permits for renovations or new construction only, the nice people at the California, whatever it is, restrictions office, we'll call it that, they're not going to want you to use this. This is a medium-based socket, which would allow you to put in a medium-based bulb, like an incandescent, and that's a big no-no in California, especially if you're pulling permits, like I said before. What they want you to use is something like this. This is a GU24 socket. You notice there's no depth to it. There's just two little places for these prongs to go into, and they are going to go like that. So this will get you through that Title 24 compliancy issue only in California, only if you're pulling permits, and only if they're coming to check. If you're not part of that, you're just going to be using our friend here, which is just a regular screw-in bulb. And to make this more dark sky friendly, you're not going to be using a bulb like this, because the idea of dark sky is you want to focus the light down and no light pollution going up. So we're going to touch base on what you can use as far as bulbs go. This is called a par 20, and a par 20 is a reflector, and it can be a par 20 spot or par 20 flood, but the whole thing is the light's going to come out from this and just go down. It's got a flat surface on it. If you want to stick with halogen, you can still do that without a problem. You can go up to 50 watts, and that's a lot of light coming out of a bulb like this. However, this is an LED that I picked up on Amazon. It's part of their house brand. I think it's called Amazon Basics, and I love these bulbs. I think they did a nice job with these. The color of the light is great. Everything about it is just perfect. It actually has the same striking distance as far as a halogen bulb, but it's an LED, so I can use it in all kinds of other installations. So that's said about that. Why don't we also talk about the color of these things, the color of the light coming out of these, because we talk about that in all these videos that we do. They're going to offer these bulbs to you in all kinds of different ways. They're going to offer them to you in something called 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light, like a setting sun. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight. And you have to be careful about that, because daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it is not a warm light. That's that bluish white light, like a convenience store or an overcast day. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white or soft white, and that's 3,000 Kelvin. That's the light coming down on this desk from these 3,000 Kelvin LEDs above me, so that's what we like to use here. You might be putting this in a situation like maybe around a pool or something like that, where you might want to dim it, like in the evening as the sun's going down, and that's fully dimmable. The fixture is dimmable without a problem. You just have to make sure you buy the correct dimmable bulb when you're out looking, probably online. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it It holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Let's talk about for a second the differences between dark sky friendly and dark sky compliant lighting fixtures. So in the United States, there's actually a private corporation called the International Dark Sky Association that owns the rights and the trademark to the entire dark sky compliancy issue. Not only do they set the limits and the specifications about what fixtures can be dark sky compliant, but they charge lighting manufacturers for the right to use their certification and certificate on their fixtures. Hubbardton Forge manufactures their dark sky friendly fixtures to the exact same specifications as if they were going to be dark sky compliant. They just choose not to pay for that lighting certificate from Dark Sky International. So if you're going in front of a HOA, like a homeowners association, maybe a zoning administrator, someplace that is going to require dark sky certificates for your lighting that you need to purchase for your project, you might want to come to us first and ask for the data sheets. The data sheets are going to show that these are dark sky, well, made to the same specifications of dark sky compliant, just not using that certificate. So you can take those to the board or whoever you're going to be seeing before you order your fixtures, which is a very good idea, and you can be well armed with the correct data to present to them. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.